Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Nosana. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, I'm going to link it in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Watch that before watching this one, and let's get straight into the daily chart. Taking a look at the daily, our last upload was on October 27th. We covered Nosana, and since then we've seen a retracement back to the support block that we pointed out in that video. So it was between $3.25 and $2.70, and we dipped down into that area. This was a good spot to pick up some coins. That's exactly what I was doing on Patreon. I was giving out buy alerts for Nosana and a few other altcoins, and right now what we're doing is we're backtesting this previous resistance level as support. So as you can see, we flipped it to support and we have a few bounces already throughout November, and from above we have this white resistance trend line. And on the daily, I like to use the wicks for the Fibonacci and for the resistance support trend lines, but on the weekly, I tend to stick only to the bodies of the candles. And what you can see here is that the price is being, kept in between this support and resistance. It's a very tight space for the price action. It's being compressed, and then at some point, I do think we might have a pretty strong breakout. And leading into the mainnet launch in January, we could potentially be looking at least $8 here for Nosana. If I just restructure this Fibonacci real quick and bring it back down to that price there. So it was around $8 for our all-time high for Nosana in March 2024. From there, of course, we saw a correction of 87% down below $1, and from there you could have already made 4x or almost 4.5x, I think, with Nosana. After that, what are we looking at? The 1.272, we might have a rally in January to, let's say, $14 as the hype for the mainnet gains more attention and attracts more people. That is a potential scenario we have to look at, guys. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but that is potentially on the horizon. Now, am I going to be taking some profits before the mainnet? Probably yes. If we have a significant move to the upside at the end of December or in the first half of January, I will be securing some profits because I want to protect myself from a potential buy the rumor, sell the news type event. Because the rumor is the mainnet and the news is going to be the launch of the mainnet on January 15th. So that's going to be over here. Yeah, so just over here, this is when we're going to have our mainnet launch. Until then, we could see a massive pump. Like Nosana can go parabolic. The market cap is still not that high, especially once the AI projects start picking up more steam. We can definitely explode out of this symmetrical triangle here, and we could see a pretty strong move to the upside. If you want to measure the potential breakout target from this symmetrical triangle, you're going to be looking at around $7.20. From the current price, that would be around 2x. You're looking at around 2x gains here for Nosana. Now the RSI is pretty neutral for Nosana. So if you're very eager, if you want to get into Nosana right now, it's still not the worst time to be getting in, but just understand that this is not, buying down here at the end of October below $2. So if we have a retracement, you could drop all the way back down to $2.72 at the very least. So always keep that in mind. Don't go all in. Be careful with your money. Let's jump over into the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in getting more exclusive content, you want to support me as a creator, and you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and you want more, feel free to check out the Patreon. That's definitely a place for you. There's a 7-day free trial, which means you can get access to all of my content since the inception of the page. So that means you get podcasts, low cap gems, technical analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We try to do posts there on a daily basis. We cover airdrops and a lot of stuff that we don't really cover on YouTube because we don't have as much time. And of course, because patrons get more stuff and more content. And if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description. Thank you all. Let's continue on with the video. Now we're on the weekly and we're targeting this falling wedge. And as you can see, the target from the wedge is going to be sitting at $5. That's where the wedge was created. The first touch of the pattern is it's considered its creation point. So in this instance, it would have to be this level at $5 from May 2024. And we're very close from that point, and we broke out of this falling wedge with a nice back test of support. So you had a breakout, back test of the previous resistance as support, and from there you're continuing with an uptrend. So things are looking good for Nosana. If I'm being honest, I should have bought more tokens at $1.55 because that's where we started getting into Nosana, and I believe that was somewhere in here. Yeah, somewhere in here. In October, we started buying the Nosana token. Obviously, this is a Solana coin, so it's going to be doing very, very well. And like I said, the market cap is below 500 million. This has a lot of room to grow. Potentially, we're looking at $30, around $27, $28 for Nosana on the weekly chart with this Fibonacci retracement. So we took the essentially, we took the low from August and we took the high from March. But like I said, I like to use the bodies of the candles for the weekly. So if we move this back down, it's going to be a little less bullish. For the 1.618, it's going to put us at $15.86, while the second fib is going to be at $27.78. And then the 2.272 at $41.42. All of those targets, in my opinion, are possible in this cycle, but please make sure to take profits. Don't hold your tokens for eternity. Don't get married to projects because you don't want to be one of the people riding the bear market correction wave to the bottom. So you may set up a strategy where you take profits every $3 Nosana breaks, or every $5 Nosana breaks. Let's say you get to $10, you sell, you get to $15 here, you sell, you get to $20, you sell, you get to $25, you sell. You need to come up with an exit strategy that suits your financial needs, your risk management, your risk tolerance, because if you're going into the bull market with a bunch of tokens without any exit strategies, then you're not going to be doing well, because whenever you decide to sell could be either a bad time to sell, or you could be just poking your finger into the sky hoping you're selling at the right time. And sometimes, and a lot of the times, people get very greedy. So the price keeps moving up and they keep moving up their exit targets. So let's say Nosana gets to $15, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to sell at 20. The next day it gets to $20, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to sell at 25. And this will continue until it gets to a point where Nosana just has a 50% crash in a day. And then you're like, well, I should have sold here, but I didn't. So in order to avoid that, you just dollar cost average out of Nosana. That way, your average exit price is going to be at a really good point. Of course, if your entry was at a really good point as well, that's very important. And keep in mind, when you're entering this project, it has already done a massive move since October 2023. I had no idea about this project back then. I wish I did, but look at this move here. So from the bottom in October 2023, this has done approximately, right now, 36,000%. March 2024, it was sitting at 75,000% of profit, which is absolutely insane when you think about the potential numbers your portfolio could be sitting at. In terms of the weekly RSI, still very low. The stochastic is just about to be approaching the overbought, which is not a major signal either. So we're hoping for a move into January, a bullish move into January, and that's when we'll start taking profits off the table, hopefully. Let me know, what is your strategy headed into January and the mainnet launch? Do you think it'll be a sell the news type of event? Let me know, what are your targets to the upside at the end of this cycle for Nosana? Stay safe, everyone, and goodbye.